Leo, how's Alex?
Yeah, it's on his ankle, so again we'll get him checked out. So another set. Yeah, early days, but yeah, it's hard to see him play next week anyway. But after that, let's wait and see. Yeah.
Will you be able to go get someone at this stage? I mean, it's crazy at home.
Yeah, for URC, yeah, listen, it's hard to register for Champions Cup, but you've still got a group that you can go emergency front row cover. So, yeah, well, listen, I'll see. It's early days. I'm sort of lots of rattling around my head around props at the moment. So, yeah, there's a few things that will potentially play out. So, obviously, a few young guys, which is good. And, but yeah, tricky time. Yeah.
Everyone else okay? I saw Ron Berg coming up.
Yeah, he limping off as well. Just a bit banged up. Like I think he's obviously early days, second game back for him. Gary back in, good. He came off obviously, but he was okay. Just James obviously come back in with his calf. We actually wanted to see what it looked like. Dan, we talked about it plenty, haven't we?
Not recently.
Always be ready. James Ryan, I don't know, there was a few quizzical looks anyway. But it was good at that point, I think, just a little bit of experimentation, so it looked good. Obviously having a player of Ronan's experience coming on there. But James, it was just sort of boxing a bit clever there. But yeah, it was an overall not too bad, but again, usual bumps and bruises. Listen, you're going to be getting something, knockout games and everyone on the line. Yeah, you see the mentality Sale had. Listen, you see them in the huddle there at the end, and like it was in the game meant a lot to them. So, yeah.
Josh tried to play on with something, didn't he?
Sorry, he was ankle as well. Yeah.
Ankle as well. Looked a bit worse.
Yeah, it just wasn't easing. So again, how that settles down, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, but God, it's always excellent. So when he came on, made a huge big statement hit there. It was great. And all the bench guys added, I thought, really, really well. So, which is what you need, isn't it?
Dan, this might be a dumb question, but it looked like you were enjoying yourself out there, particularly with that roaming commission in the last quarter.
Yeah, first half was a bit sticky and it was kind of frustrating. I thought we had so many opportunities that we left out there, and we were just repeat errors, whether it be at the breakdown or loose balls or anything. So I think we kind of came into half-time a bit frustrated, and it was nice to get it going then in the second half. I thought the likes of Scott coming in with a massive hit, I think we needed that just to turn the momentum around a little bit, and slowly we built a scoreline. Then they had to sort of change up the way they play, and it kind of suited us a bit almost. But yeah, it's probably a bit disappointing that we couldn't make that sort of statement early in the game, because I thought we did a lot of work. That was good, but we just couldn't finish it. So yeah, no, it was an enjoyable game. And that's what you need. I think you need to be excited going out big games like this. That's what I said to the lads before the game. I was like, these are the days you miss when you're not in the squad. So there's a lot of disappointed lads there that aren't involved in it. We have to wear the shirt, represented them as well. So they put in a lot of work during the week and give us a good test. And it'd be sort of rude of us to go out there and walk the motion. So I thought we did a good job in the second half to sort of turn it up.
A couple of nice assists for yourself as well.
Yeah, some of the plans were coming together nicely that we worked on during the week, and I thought our attack has been improving every week. There's still so much work that we can improve on, and I think the lads are grabbing a hold of it as a player group as well as coaches. I think we probably let things slide as a player group early in the season that we need to really grab hold of, and you still see the inaccuracies that we get, but if we can sort of capitalise them, especially in the early first half of it, you can destroy a team, and then you build a scoreboard pressure, and then you're away. But we're making hard work of it at the minute. But we just need to show up on Monday and go back to work, improve, and Ulster on Friday away.
Does it feel like you're getting closer and closer?
Yeah.
The Leinster way.
Yeah, definitely. We feel good out there, and that's what's frustrating about it, because you're out on the sideline screaming for the ball, and we just can't get it through the hands, or something happens at a breakdown and your hands in the head, because you just know that we're that close to breaking them. And that's obviously rugby at this level, and Sale put a lot of pressure at a breakdown that they're very good at doing. So we need to make sure we're better at it. But it does feel like we're getting there.
When you say you let things slide a little bit as a player group, what kind of stuff is that in training and matches and reviews?
No, it's just making sure that we as a player group are holding ourselves accountable and not waiting for Leo or the rest of the coaching lads to pick up things like, there's so many talented players that we have in our squad that know the way we want to play, know how to do it, and almost know how to coach it as well. So if we can get as many lads as possible calling people out, chirping up in meetings, just calling it as it is in training, we've got so much potential and experience in the group that I think if we can get it all out in a positive way, in a constructive way, we'll be in a good spot.
You won't fear anyone in this tournament, will you?
No, there's obviously some massive teams, and there's some really informed teams in the group, and it's been like that the last couple of years, and you just need to focus on the next game. And for us, it's Ulster on Friday, but Geelong, obviously I haven't seen a whole lot of them, like Leo said, but you can see the passion that they have playing for their club, and we need to make sure that they're not hungrier than us, and hopefully we get a good packed out of Viva, a few weeks to build into it, and we come out of the gates nice and hot, and we get our stuff right, like I said, and hopefully good game.
The experiment of playing a bit of back row, you mentioned it had been talked about before, but did it change much for you out there? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me really. There's a few conversations we were probably a bit slow to the next line out, trying to work out who was where, but no, I've been around the group and in the same squad for long enough, and we haven't changed up that much, so I know the role pretty well, and whether it be weeks that I haven't played, I train in the back row for the other team, and it didn't feel too bad, and the lungs hung on just about, so it's good.
We've seen it with Dion Fury moving between Seven and Van Staden as well, but to keep that on for as long as he has, when he's clearly got the fitness to do it, it's a potential asset for you down the line in big games, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why we want to see it. We've had discussed in the past, so and yeah, it's a good option in terms of some of the personnel and the ability there to do it. So yeah, it's great.
How are you looking at the URC now? Because traditionally you would do some resting and have a bit of player management you have to do anyway. So is there a bit of that going on, or do you have to go full balls because you've got to be Ulster and you've got to get from down?
Yeah, listen, we'll see how everyone is then, make some calls then. Yeah, but we'll go with a team that's can perform, and if we get the right performance, try and get a positive result. So, but it's a great challenge. Yeah, as I said, Ulster are riding high at the moment in serious, rich vein of form, and a lot of good players up there that are playing very well at the moment. So yeah, no, it's going to be a proper challenge for us.
Can we just ask a question to the multi-talented Dan Sheehan there? He played flanker and he played hooker fair enough, but were you standing in the second centre's position in his way when you scored the first try? It was the second centre's try, wasn't it? You were out wide, were you blown out of a ruck or something that you'd ended up out there? For your try?
Did I score under the 6 though? Was it under the 6?
Yeah, exactly.
I was bang in the middle of the pitch, yeah? Or, under the post.
Yeah.
Parking up in the middle. I think I was in the right position, was I?
I was just in the centre.
Yeah. No, I think Gemma's good at picking those. You almost have to just reload out of a ruck and look what's in front of you. They were a bit stretched and just run a line. Gemma was good enough to hit you.
Have you ever played in the centre at any point?
No.
Played back row at all?
No.
First time?
I played an A game up against Connacht. I don't know what year when we got hammered. Wasn't a good day.
Your brother played a fair bit of back row.
He does a good bit of double jobbing, yeah, and he's good at it. He'll play 80 minutes every week. Obviously, he has a big game now coming up next week against Sarf, so it's nice to have a Friday game so I can go and watch that.
Leo, could I just ask very quickly about the crowd? It's hard. I asked about this yesterday. It's a hard sell in the Easter holidays, back-to-back 6-day tournament. But those that turned up today were again very engaged, and you'd hope for just what you told the crowd today and what you hope for the crowd might be like in 3 weeks' time.
Well, it's up to us. Listen, we need to play our part in playing a brand that they want to come and watch, and hopefully they saw plenty, and everyone that was here will come back, and we'll get a few new faces in there as well. But yeah, listen, it's great. The support means a huge amount to the team. So, but yeah, listen, it'll be we would appreciate everyone that does turn up. Yeah, absolutely.
It's good today, Dan.
Yeah, I thought it was great today. Some big moments. Obviously a tight first half, and the crowd were definitely involved and got us over a few points, and hopefully we can just build on that now, because we've got a good run up to sell the tickets, and hopefully over the next few weeks build a bit more momentum. Win the next 2 games is probably the most important thing to do to get a bit of excitement, but it's massive to have a big crowd, especially in a semi-final at home. So I thought they were excellent today.